Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Storm Collectibles Ultra Street Fighter 2 The Final Challengers FEI Long, and I'm just gonna put this out there right now. I think we'll see how it poses, but based on what I've seen so far, just handling it very briefly, getting out of the package, this is their best Street Fighter release to date. Sagat was awesome, Balrog really good, like there were some really good ones. I think this one's gonna be the best. We'll see, I could be wrong, but I'm guessing it's at least up there. So let's go ahead and get this guy off the stand and take a closer look. Okay, before I show you the figure, I do want to show you my package. Standard packaging for Storm. I like their packaging. Big opening at the top, so if you do display in the box, you can see the figure well. Nice big window on the front. Character artwork there. Some classic artwork there, definitely skinnier here than basically every iteration of him, other than maybe the game sprite. He was pretty slender there. Some more poses and things on the back here, and there's the artwork again, so that's fine. This guy is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store, by the way. If you are interested in getting him, he just released, and I'll put a link in the description below so you can grab yourself one. And I think, for me, I like this guy because he reminds me a lot, like a whole lot, of the animated movie version of the character. And I think they just nailed it. He also has a little bit of like Street Fighter 5, 5? I think 5. I don't know. I've lost track of the numbers. Anyway, it looks really, really good to me. Let's get into it. This guy stands just about, let's say 7 inches, not counting his hair, for scale purposes, and that's going to make him, we'll say, 18 centimeters. All right, and there he is up against the Marvel Legends. Definitely too big for that. Here he is up against a small DC Multiverse Batman. Too big for that also, but a bigger Batman would probably work. And then here he is up against the Marvel Select Cap, which I think that scaling is close enough that if you wanted to mix them in, you could. Alright, let's get into the aesthetic. I like his musculature a lot. The shape of his body is pretty good. The thing that drives me absolutely nuts about figures with baggy pants that these companies keep doing is they make them baggy immediately after the waist. That's not how guys are built. Our legs don't just pop out. We don't have big wide hips. Guys' waists, this should be gone right here. The pants don't get baggy until they have a chance to hang somewhere. Right here, they would just be hanging against his hips. So it looks weird right there for me. That'll disappear as soon as you pose it, so it's not a big deal, but just make it narrower there. Guys don't have hips like that, and baggy pants don't baggy right at the end of the waistband. But his musculature is really good. I like it a lot. I like the skin tone. I like the sculpt. The shading throughout, it's very subtle, but it is in there. Let's go that way so we can see it. Yeah, it looks good. It's not like 100% perfect with the shading. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a nipple paint. There's a little bit of a spot next to his nipple, so maybe that's supposed to be on the nipple, I'm not sure. There's a little black spot on mine right here, so that's going to be production variation. But I love the head sculpt. I think they just nailed it. I think he looks fantastic. The hair is actually all one sculpt onto the head, by the way. It's not a separate piece, so they had to paint that, and they did a good job. The eyes are super clean. This is one of their best head sculpts, if you ask me. The hair does come down the back. I think that looks great. It looks exactly the way I want my FEI Long to look, and I'm very happy. The pants do have like a dry brush going on, and then we have the white and black down here with the brown soles, and that's pretty clean. So, yeah, he looks really good. Proportioning is good. Biggest gripe would be just the pants here, which is obviously not a big deal at all. And then maybe this is, this is a problem, but I doubt that'll be a thing for everyone. I have another one coming, so we'll see if it's an issue, but I'll let you guys know if it is. Otherwise, assume it's not. So yeah, he looks really, really, really good. I will give him, not counting the blemish, the problem over here, because I don't think it'll be on everyone's, I'm going to say 9 out of 10. He looks fantastic. I love the way this figure looks. Now, Storm usually nails it with accessories, and I don't think this is an exception. We have a total of 4 different heads. The neutral head that comes on him in the package, the iconic O-face head, not that O-face, different O-face. We have that. We have the yelling head, and we have the beat-up head. I think those all look fantastic. I love those. We have a ton of hands. All the hands you could need to do all the poses you want with him. Plenty of hands. We do have his nunchucks, and we have his punch effects. So you get one for punching, one for like a different type of punch. So those are really cool. I like that they included those. They could have easily not bothered, but they did. And then we get the giant flame effect for his leg, which it's just so nicely done. The plastic is not milky at all. It looks so good. I love that. So I think he has wonderful accessories. Does not come with a display stand though, so you will need to provide your own for those high kicks with the flame. But otherwise, yeah, this is just wonderful. So 9 out of 10. Characters that should be in the air, especially when they come with effect parts for it, should come with display stands of some sort, if you ask me. Alright, let's see if this guy can actually pose. I'm guessing he can based on the photos, but we'll find out. Okay, so the head is on your standard connection. Ball peg up here, and then a ball peg down inside, somewhere around the clavicle area, as far as the depth goes. So let's see, you should be able to move it around on that top ball peg a little bit, not a ton. You're going to mostly get rotation there, but then you can lean it using the neck, which does collapse the chest some, but it'll help for posing, and you're probably not going to notice that. So yeah, his works. They've actually really gotten good at doing the neck that can lean inside the torso. So I like that. That's very, very good. For the shoulders, we have the ball peg that goes into the chest with just the cap that fills in that gap. So that's pretty good. Raising the arm up, better than horizontal, no problem with stiffness or anything like that, so that's good. Full rotation, of course. No squeaking, it all seems pretty creamy so far. You get your bicep swivel, that's fine. Double jointed elbow. I still wish they would give us better range. They still are not much better than 90. It's fine, they look decent, but it's not the best range ever. And then ball hinge wrists, I like those. They did a good job. They're nice and chunky, so they fill out the gap nicely. Now, let's see how his torso works. Remember, these are soft torsos on top of a skeleton, so you may need to readjust as you're posing, but let's see what we can do. Leaning him back. Ooh, he leans back nicely without any gapping so far. That's really, really good. Like, really good. Let's see how he does going forward. That's a tight joint. I don't think it's going to be a problem, but let's see how far we can get him to lean forward. He leans forward very far. Now, you're going to have to readjust that outer torso. So yeah, that's about the max you can get without getting gappy, but he leans forward and back very nicely, so I like that. Let's get him back there. All right. That's a little bit tight in there. You might want to, if it pops apart, which it probably won't, but if it does, get some lube in there. I don't know how you'd get it in there otherwise, though, so be careful with that. I don't know if that's too bright. Is that okay? That looks okay. Is it too bright? Yeah, whatever. We'll see. All right, leaning to the side. He does lean to the side nicely. It is a very tight joint, but man, they really got this guy going. He can lean in all the different directions pretty dang easily, other than the joint being a little tight. You might be able to, like, lift. If you pop this off, yeah, you can get in there. Drop some oil. Drop some shock oil, some silicone oil, maybe even some PTFE in there, and get that joint lubed up. It's just a double barbell in there, and that'll help. But yeah, he poses nicely. All right, and then at the lower waist, yeah, this guy's gonna pose. I love it. That is great. All the range you could need. Now, let's see, can he kick? That's the other thing. If you make these smaller, you get better range in the hips. You don't need this extra meat right here, and he would be able to kick much better. You know what? Here's a good example. See how it goes straight down from the waistband? I mean, there's a little bit, especially on the angle here because there's his ass back there, but the baggy pants don't get baggy right at the waist. That's what I'm talking about. It should basically drop straight down from the waistband. I mean, more or less. All right, so let's see if the hips work. Going out to the side, yeah, he's going to be able to do his splits. Not too much dangling, so I will take that. How much can we move him with his legs out? Oh, still a lot. Nice. High pants afford that. Well done, Storm. When you have high pants like that, you keep it hollow in here because you don't need to have it solid, and then you can get extra range. So that is great. Going forward, you have to crunch up his diaper a little bit, but he can kick. He can kick forward, and then going back, the ass will stretch, I'm guessing. Yeah, he can kick back too. So yeah, those hips work nicely. It's a little snug. Maybe throw some oil in there also. Thigh swivel on this guy, pretty stiff. Doesn't seem to have a ton of, well, I guess it's, oh, yeah, there's not much. It's tight too. Be careful with that. Double jointed knee. Definitely not the best knee we've ever seen. Not by a mile. Those are ugly. I mean, they're not the worst, I guess, but ugh, they don't look great. That's for sure. And they don't have great range. They'll do, but that's about it. All right, and then for the ankles, you have your true ball hinge, so you can get the rotation there. Ankles go back. His do go forward slightly more than most Storm figures, but still barely. I don't know why they haven't adjusted that. Just cut a little bit more away right there, and you can get the foot farther forward, so that's a bit annoying. You do get a really nice ankle rocker out of it, and then let's see if the toe hinge is any good. It's too far back on the foot. Yeah, it still looks weird. It's still the same way they did the very first Mortal Kombat Ninjas. Too far back. It is chunky where it doesn't need to be. Don't like the toe hinge. So, his articulation. Most places, excellent. The knees, I mean, they're okay, and the feet are okay. The ankles are decent, I guess, other than going forward. So yeah, there's a few spots where it could be better, but generally speaking, this guy's going to pose just fine. You're going to be able to pose the heck out of him, and it'll be fine. So, this guy's going to get a 9 for well, 8. I'm sick of the ankles. I'm sick of the ankles, frankly. You can give it a 9 if you want, but I'm going to go 8. Okay, time for a final verdict on this guy, Chunky Fei Long. Though not as chunky as I expected Storm to make him. I love it personally, and as a reviewer, it is darn good. Easily one of their better releases. If you're into this line, there's no question. You need to pick it up. I hope they do some color variants like they normally do. I'll get some gray pants if they release it. I would like that a whole bunch. But yeah, I love it. I'm going to give it an overall rating of 9.5 out of 10. It's not perfect, but it's damn good. Easily one of the best Street Fighter action figures on the market, bar none. If you want to get one, link in the description below. If you don't, no harm, no foul. But there you go. So there it is. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But that's it for me. If you haven't subscribed, you might want to. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.